Italy's bomber and maritime aircraft showcased both innovation and limitation throughout World War II. From the legendary SM.79 torpedo bomber to massive four-engine strategic bombers, from graceful seaplanes to workhorse transports, Italian aviation pursued ambitious designs constrained by industrial realities. 24 bombers, maritime aircraft, and transport planes served across the Mediterranean, representing Italy's struggle to project air power beyond its borders. Medium and torpedo bombers. Let's begin with medium and torpedo bombers. Savoia-Marchetti SM.79 Sparviero. The Sparrowhawk was Italy's most famous and effective bomber. Approximately 1,330 produced from 1936. Powered by three 780-horsepower Alfa Romeo 126 radial engines, reaching 267 miles per hour maximum speed. Armed with 3 to 4 machine guns plus torpedo or bomb load. Originally designed as fast transport, became deadly torpedo bomber, threatening Allied Mediterranean shipping throughout the war. Savoia-Marchetti SM.81 Pipistrello, the Bat, served as Italy's early war bomber and transport aircraft. Approximately 535 produced from 1935. Powered by three 670-horsepower Piaggio PX radial engines reaching 211 miles per hour. Armed with 6 machine guns plus bomb load capability. Already outdated when war began, spent conflict primarily flying night bombing missions and troop transport operations throughout Mediterranean and North African theaters. Savoia-Marchetti SM.84 Savoia-Marchetti SM.84 was developed as a modernized successor to the legendary SM.79. Approximately 309 produced from 1941. Powered by three 1,000-horsepower Piaggio P11 radial engines reaching 280 miles per hour maximum. Armed with 4 machine guns plus torpedo or bomb load. Faster and more modern, but pilots found it less stable and harder to handle than the beloved Sparrowhawk, limiting overall operational effectiveness. Fiat BR-20 Cicogna. The Stork was Italy's first all-metal twin-engine bomber design. Approximately 602 produced from 1936, powered by two 1,000-horsepower Fiat A80 radial engines reaching 267 miles per hour, armed with 3 to 4 machine guns plus bomb load. Participated briefly in Battle of Britain in 1940, rugged but slow, quickly relegated to secondary roles, primarily serving in Far East with Japanese Air Force. CANT Z.501 Airone. The Kingfisher was a robust 3-engine medium bomber design, approximately 563 produced from 1939, powered by three 1,000-horsepower Piaggio P11 radial engines reaching 280 miles per hour maximum speed. Armed with 4 machine guns plus bomb load. Known for wooden airframe construction allowing significant damage absorption. Widely used for reconnaissance and bombing operations over Balkans and North Africa throughout Mediterranean campaigns. Heavy bombers. Moving on to heavy bombers. Piaggio P108. The Piaggio P108 was Italy's only 4-engine heavy bomber employed by Regia Aeronautica. Approximately 163 produced from 1941. Powered by 4 1,500-horsepower Piaggio P12 radial engines reaching 267 miles per hour maximum. Armed with 8 machine guns plus heavy bomb load capability up to 7,700 pounds. Saw limited operational use, mainly used for long-range maritime patrols and night bombing missions, showing potential never fully realized. Seaplanes and flying boats. Now let's look at seaplanes and flying boats. CANT Z.501 Gabbiano. The Seagull was a widely used long-range reconnaissance flying boat. Approximately 454 produced from 1934, powered by a single 900-horsepower Isotta Fraschini ASSO 11 engine, reaching 171 miles per hour maximum speed. Armed with 3 machine guns plus light bomb load. Slow and vulnerable, but reliability made it essential for search and rescue operations and anti-submarine patrols throughout Mediterranean. CANT Z.506 Airone. The Heron was one of the finest seaplane designs of the era. Approximately 324 produced from 1936. powered by three 750 horsepower Alfa Romeo 126 radial engines, reaching 217 miles per hour. Armed with 3 machine guns plus bombs or torpedoes. Fast and remarkably sturdy construction. Used primarily for search and rescue, long-range maritime patrol, and occasional bombing missions against Allied shipping. Imam Row 43. Imam Row 43 was the standard catapult-launched reconnaissance floatplane for major Italian naval vessels. Approximately 105 produced from 1935. Powered by a 700 horsepower Piaggio PIX radial engine reaching 188 miles per hour on floats. Armed with 2 machine guns. Launched via catapult from battleships and cruisers. Played key roles spotting and reporting during naval engagements throughout Mediterranean Sea despite obsolescent biplane design. SIAIRS-14. SIAIRS-14 was a dedicated twin-engine maritime reconnaissance and anti-submarine floatplane. Approximately 150 produced from 1939. Powered by 2 840 horsepower Fiat A74 radial engines reaching 220 miles per hour maximum speed. Armed with 3 machine guns plus depth charges capability. Valued for long range and solid endurance over open water, serving effectively in Mediterranean patrol duties until armistice in 1943. Macchi M70 Idro. Macchi M70 Idro was a floatplane fighter adaptation of Italy's early monoplane fighter design. Approximately 23 produced from 1941. Powered by an 870 horsepower Fiat A74 radial engine reaching 280 miles per hour on floats, armed with 2 12.7mm machine guns. Though limited in performance compared to land-based fighters, provided fighter cover for naval operations and coastal defense in specialized roles requiring water-based operations. Macchi MC-72. Macchi MC-72 was an experimental high-speed racing seaplane that set world speed records. Approximately 5 produced from 1931. Powered by a 3,100 horsepower Fiat AS6V24 engine reaching 440 miles per hour, world record speed in 1934. Unarmed, not a combat aircraft, symbolized Italy's pursuit of speed and aerodynamic innovation, setting records that showcased advanced engineering capabilities and national prestige in aviation achievement. Caproni CA316. Caproni CA316 was a lesser-known floatplane version of the successful CA300 series design. Approximately 105 produced from 1940. Powered by 2 470 horsepower Piaggio P7 radial engines reaching 198 miles per hour on floats. Armed with 3 machine guns, primarily designed for coastal patrol duties and often employed for liaison and transport operations around harbors and coastal naval installations throughout Mediterranean theater. Reconnaissance aircraft. Continuing with reconnaissance variants. Fiat CR-42. Reconnaissance variant. Fiat CR-42. Reconnaissance variant adapted the agile biplane fighter for observation missions effectively, modified with camera equipment and specialized reconnaissance instruments. Converted from existing CR-42 fighter airframes throughout war, biplane's excellent low-speed handling and maneuverability proved valuable for tactical reconnaissance operations. Even as newer aircraft emerged, continued serving in secondary observation roles across Mediterranean and North African theaters until Italian armistice. CANT Z.501 Reconnaissance variant. CANT Z.501 Reconnaissance variant adapted the bomber platform for long-range observation missions, modified with enhanced camera equipment and extended fuel tanks. Wooden airframe construction allowed modifications and damage absorption. 3-engine configuration provided range and reliability for deep reconnaissance missions. Used extensively for photographic mapping and naval reconnaissance throughout Mediterranean Sea and Balkans, gathering intelligence on Allied fleet movements and positions. Transport and liaison aircraft. Next up, transport and liaison aircraft. Savoia-Marchetti, SM.82 Canguro. The Canguro was Italy's crucial strategic transport aircraft. approximately 875 produced from 1940, powered by three 950 horsepower Alfa Romeo 128 radial engines, reaching 224 miles per hour maximum, famous for immense range and payload capacity, up to 8,800 pounds. Enabled complex long-distance missions, including strategic supply drops over Soviet Union and North African desert campaigns. Savoia-Marchetti, SM.75. Savoia-Marchetti SM.75 was a very reliable tri-motor transport serving military supply operations. Approximately 100 produced from 1937, powered by three 750 horsepower Alfa Romeo 126 radial engines, reaching 224 miles per hour. Adaptable airframe often modified for long-range special missions and liaison duties. Served as backbone of Italian military air supply chain throughout Mediterranean, North African, and Eastern European theaters, despite increasing Allied air superiority. Savoia-Marchetti SM.73. Savoia-Marchetti SM.73 was an early tri-motor passenger and cargo transport aircraft. Approximately 45 produced from 1935, powered by three 700 horsepower Piaggio PX radial engines, reaching 193 miles per hour. Already aging when war started in 1939, provided essential transport and logistical support throughout conflict. Often serving on dangerous supply routes despite vulnerability, continued operating in secondary transport roles until fuel shortages grounded remaining aircraft. Savoia-Marchetti SM.74. Savoia-Marchetti SM.74 was a large, unusual high-wing transport aircraft offering exceptional capacity. Approximately 6 produced from 1934, powered by four 600 horsepower Fiat A80 radial engines, reaching 168 miles per hour, offered exceptional interior space for cargo or troops despite slow speed. Used primarily by military for moving priority supplies and specialized equipment. Limited production reflected specialized requirements and preference for faster tri-motor designs. Savoia-Marchetti SM.83. Savoia-Marchetti SM.83 was a luxurious and fast tri-motor airliner converted for military use. Approximately 23 produced from 1937. Powered by three 750 horsepower Alfa Romeo 126 radial engines, reaching 261 miles per hour maximum speed. Often used for moving top military commanders or critical documents quickly across the Mediterranean. Represented high-priority transport capability, combining speed with comfort for essential personnel and time-sensitive communications throughout operational theaters. Fiat G12. Fiat G12 was a highly successful modern three-engine transport arriving later in the war. Approximately 105 produced from 1940. Powered by three 1,000 horsepower Fiat A74 radial engines reaching 242 miles per hour maximum. Robust construction, spacious interior, and excellent range characteristics. Possessed excellent range, making it vital for supply operations after fall of North Africa, evacuating personnel and delivering critical supplies despite increasing Allied air dominance. Caproni CA-133. Caproni CA-133 was a successful tri-motor transport aircraft dating back to mid-1930s. Approximately 400 produced from 1935. Powered by three 460 horsepower Piaggio P7 radial engines, reaching 165 miles per hour maximum. True workhorse, essential for rapid troop deployment and freight operations, especially in Italian East Africa campaigns. Rugged construction and reliability compensated for slow speed, serving throughout war in secondary transport roles across multiple theaters. Caproni CA-148 was a modernized derivative of the successful CA-133 transport design. Approximately 157 produced from 1938, powered by three 700 horsepower Piaggio P7 radial engines reaching 199 miles per hour. featured better engines and structural improvements over predecessor. Served primarily in training and secondary transport roles throughout Mediterranean and North African campaigns. Represented incremental improvement, maintaining Caproni's proven tri-motor transport configuration successfully. Trainer aircraft, 1 aircraft. Finally, trainer aircraft. Caproni CA331, designed as a fast reconnaissance aircraft but served mainly as trainer. Approximately 23 produced from 1940. Powered by two 840 horsepower Isotta Fraschini Delta engines, reaching 285 miles per hour maximum speed. Armed with 3 machine guns nominally, featuring twin engines and long-range capabilities aimed to serve multiple roles. Although development delays limited operational combat use, provided valuable advanced training for multi-engine bomber and reconnaissance crews. From the legendary Savoia-Marchetti SM.79 torpedo bomber to the massive Piaggio P1008 4-engine heavy bomber, Italian bomber and maritime aviation pursued ambitious goals constrained by industrial realities. The SM.79 Sparviero became Italy's most effective bomber, threatening Allied shipping throughout the Mediterranean with devastating torpedo attacks. Seaplanes like the CANT Z.506 and record-breaking MC-72 showcased Italian aerodynamic innovation. The extensive Savoia-Marchetti transport fleet, particularly the SM.82 Canguro, sustained operations across vast distances despite mounting Allied pressure. Maritime reconnaissance aircraft like the Z.501 and RO-43 provided essential naval support. Italy's 24 bombers, maritime aircraft, and transports demonstrated engineering creativity, repeatedly challenged by resource limitations. Wooden construction, 3-engine configurations, and versatile designs reflected pragmatic solutions to strategic constraints. These aircraft represented Italian aviation's determination to support military operations despite overwhelming material disadvantages against Allied industrial might.